Hello everyone, this is Blaze of Firewolf. Um, Now it's been, like I said, close to the end of the month. I'm going to be I'm going to answer all your questions. The people that asked me questions for reaching over 700 plus subscribers. Yep, I'm going to answer all those questions that, I got from people. All right. And this would be number 7. Yeah. First question by Sean Jones, 5332. What got you into werewolves? Maybe because they design is very much in the form of a wolf, but it also could depend on a certain situation of what a character can go through. For example, it could be between like characters that, maybe the Wolfman, the Howling, Van Helsing. It could be anything. What got me into werewolves really was because having anthropomorphism. That's pretty much a good best answer I could say. It's as best I can answer, but it might be a different answer as I continue on. But for now, it's for anthropomorphism. Basically, anthropomorphic animals, or furries is what you call it. Before, I was a fan. All right. So that's question number 1. Number 2, Sheepdoggo Dog 1998. He asked me this: what got you into TFs? What got me into TFs was pretty much the situation. Also, whether it's forcefully or not. It depends on the type of creature it is, and it depends on, I don't like TG, where the male turns to female or the female turns to male. I'm not into that. It's not something I really do or like, but yeah. But that's a good answer, I guess, at the best. Now there's another question, a good one, by Captain Astral. What have you been trying to do to improve your artwork lately? Basically, to draw as small as I can. Try to use a mechanical pencil without breaking it like I've done so many times during my school time. Number 3, do what I can to improve a little bit when it comes to color and trying to find the right colors for a specific character. 4, to try to find out if, try to do it correctly and to see if I can pinpoint like a good direction. And 5, basically to keep improving and doing my best. So there's 5 things to improve, how to improve my art. That's how I improved it. So yeah. Now this is another question by another good friend of mine, Soul Searcher 24511. Do you remember and have you ever played the Cartoon Network MMO anime stylized game called Fusion Fall? No, I have not. Thank you for asking, though. Maybe if I ever get the chance and time, I can look it up. But, yeah. Next is a good question from Thabo Meerkat, one of my big followers, big time for YouTubers that does digging up positivity every, first Saturday of the month, of each month. And creative guy, really cool. Dutch. Thabo Meerkat. What do you consider your biggest achievement this year, 2025? Meaning last year, 2025. Could be a piece of art or something you achieved in your life or something you did. I'd say achieved in life because I found some of the coolest things I've ever found while metal detecting. Plus, I found probably the most pennies I've ever found in one day when it considers to metal detecting. On top of that, I went to an area where I've dug the most scrap, the most pennies. I've dug 400 plus in like one particular location in Ford Park that I mentioned. On top of that, I found my first 20 karat gold ring, found my first Chrome Hearts silver bracelet, worth a lot, surprisingly enough. There's a lot when it comes to art as well, such as finding the right colors of what a character can do, looks. Whenever I find a color, I actually color it on the paper to make sure it doesn't leak through the paper, or if it, in case it would actually do any good with, say, you want to just draw a stick figure with a Sharpie. The only problem is if you try to draw a stick figure with a Sharpie on a paper, it'll leak through to the other side, and it will not look very good. It would actually end up ruining most part space, pretty much. Now, if it depends on a specific marker too. What I achieved is actually trying to find crayons or writing utensils while I metal detect, because I actually have in the last several hunts I've been out. I found pens, I found pencils, and if you've seen in my last beach detecting, I actually found like, what, 5, 6 erasers? That's crazy. I mean, I'm keeping them because in case if I actually do need to use them. But yeah, that's a really, really good question. I like that. What I achieved last year, basically, because I'd say what I achieved last year is paying off my Garrett Ace 400 with a lot of my finds in the first year of using it. On top of that, I found my first ever like copper that I rolled up and saved. Plus, on so much. I've been able to help things out here and there. There's a lot of good things to say of last year, which I don't understand why people hated last year. I still don't understand that part. It could be because of our president, could be because of multiple things, but we're all entitled to our own opinions of last year, so yeah. That's a good question, though. Now, Magma Citrine on Telegram. What is 4 times 3 divided by 2? Oh, that's simple. That's 6. There's your answer. 6. Quick answer. Next. Now, just to let you know, I'm not sick. I actually just have really bad allergies, even when I take my venison. So, yeah. This is from Mikey the Wolf. 23. Question number 1. What can you do when you wrestle Mikey the Crusher, which is me? maybe do a double barrel Mac black flip backflip, maybe some other stuff when it comes to certain wrestling. Personally, I'm not into wrestling, but it doesn't mean I hate it. I don't hate anything about it. It's just not my cup of tea, which I can understand. You know, some people don't like it, some people do. And the next question: who is your favorite furry artist? That's a good question. There's a lot. It could come from Fabu Meerkat because he is a really good furry artist, but there's also some really good ones when it comes to certain elements, especially when it comes to Vivsy Pop. Well, I don't really know if she's really considered furry, but there's an example. There's a something example right there. Vivsy Pop, the creator of Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel. But yeah, just normal way of that. But that's a good question. Now, I think this is my last one. Yeah. This is from Peyton Paw 124. Okay, not sure how to really start this one. Also, don't know if this has been asked yet. How do you feel about Amino being shut down? I feel good riddance because I left in 2021, 4.5 years ago. It will be 5 in August, or the end of August. I left because they kicked, you had to use a specific like new version as whatever that is. And now it's pretty much they shut it down. I couldn't be able to access it anymore, and I'm pretty sure if you go back to my earliest videos, if you try to click on the link, my profile will probably be gone or kaput. So I'm kind of glad because there are too many like minors and hacks. I hear a lot of bad things about it, so it's probably a good thing and probably for the better that Freemino got shut down because the last people thing anyone wants is minors and interacting with adults, and yeah, it's just a bad apple. So yeah, adjust this a little bit. Yeah. Also, congrats. He said also congrats. And that's my answering all your questions. Now, I'm going to quit doing this after I reach 1,000 subscribers. After that, there will be no more Q&As. It'll be gone. But so far, there you have it. My next video will probably be my art video. As my last roundup video of Prospect Park, it's going to be something that might blow people's mind, but I found something that I didn't think I would ever find, or any metal detectors in the world would ever find. But let's just say this. Don't lose anything inside of a bag. Or if you do, definitely leave something valuable inside of it. Yeah, I'll explain that, later in the future, whenever my next roundup video will be. But let's just say, going back with the Garrett Ace 300, I went back to my classic machine I used back in 2020 to 2023 because I loved it so much, because I dig less bottle tops, plus I've dug so many cool relics and awesome stuff, cool finds. I reflected on that machine, so yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of my Q&A just to show you guys all those answers right there. But you know, if it shows the camera, if it shows it on the camera, then yeah, you guys might be able to see that. But yeah, so, but yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but because my mind was pretty blown about what I found. There was a ragged old bag in amongst a place where people littered their old cans and junk amongst ivy in Prospect Park. It's an ivy-filled area. It's filled with cans, old cans probably from like the 1980s or so, junk, modern junk. But there was this bag that I'm sure is modern, but inside this bag held some pretty cool stuff that some person, whoever, lost this old, tattered, ripped up bag. I actually had to tear into it to really get what was inside of it because I couldn't tell what my machine was going over. This is going, and I'll title this next roundup video Back to the 300, just so it can be proof that I went back to an old machine that I bought new for a couple $100 because I was so used to it. The Garrity's 300 never disappointed me, and from now on, I'm going to be using it for the rest of the year. So, just to know what I missed, what signals I could find, I'll probably dig up 50 pieces of foil plus, but I don't care anymore. I'll dig everything. But, yeah. Anyways, that's your video. Hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like, as it helps. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe whenever you can. Turn on that notification bell so you'll get notified on which and when my next video will be. And turn on that notification bell, please. I want you guys definitely to be notified on when I will, post a new video. If you look back on my community post, I did actually post my review on Dexter's Laboratory. I was watching the whole series and I was like, wow, that made me miss my childhood for sure. At least it made me think a whole lot like the positive outlook of cartoons than today. It really. Next is Ed, Edd n Eddy, which I'm going to be watching right now. So when I'm done posting this, but I'm Blaze the Firewolf, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Goodbye.